amigos, I'm the Spanish chef Omar Allibhoy from Tapas Revolution and welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to bake one of the most emblematic Spanish sweet treats or desserts, Tocinillo de cielo, which translates as fat from heaven or lard from heaven, and you will understand why in a minute, as it's such an indulgent dessert made with plenty of egg yolks and sugar very much. It's like a custard but without the dairy, so for those dairy intolerants they will love this dessert. But just like most Spanish sweet treats which contain egg yolk, has its origins in the convents, as they were baked by nuns who would be handed egg yolks in bulk because the landlords of the vineyards would only use the egg white to clarify their wine. In this particular instance, this dessert comes from the famous region of Jerez, down south in Andalusia, in the province of Cádiz, where they make the world famous sherry wine. So that is how it actually links. They would hand over those egg yolks and they'll make fantastic desserts, Tocinillo de cielo being one of them. And as well, that's why most Spanish sweet treats have some religious connotation, because it was such a special treat that they would sort of give them at particular times of the year when there was some Catholic celebrations or some festivities. But without further ado, let me run you through the ingredients. We're going to need caster sugar, 1 egg, a few egg yolks, lemon zest, cinnamon stick, water and a bit more caster sugar in case it wasn't enough. No, now seriously, this other caster sugar is for the caramel, the other is kind of for the custard. So let's start by placing a saucepan over medium heat with the caster sugar, the water, the cinnamon stick and the lemon zest. And we're gonna bring it to the boil and let it simmer for 5 minutes so it does infuse. Exactly the same as you would do in a custard using milk. Now separate all the egg yolks from the egg whites by running the egg white through your fingers and just keeping the egg yolk and adding 1 whole egg. Give it a good whisk, but try not to bring any air into it, because that froth does the tocinillo create a little crust, which is not as nice as when it's soft and velvety. Now let's prepare the caramel. Use a different saucepan, add all the sugar and heat it up on medium to low heat. Just take it easy, as it can burn quite quickly, but wait until it all turns into a dark brown color and starts smoking. It is at that point where we need to add just about a shot or 2 tablespoons of water, and that will make that our caramel stops from burning and it becomes runny and thick, and that's how we are going to be coating the bottom of our molds. You can either do it on individual molds like I'm doing it and just sort of turn them so the caramel coats all of the sides, or you can just use a larger cake mold, for example. It works just as well, and all you have to do is to cut it into slices later on. What's the exact point of the syrup? Whenever it's starting to run like a thin string from the spoon, that's exactly when you need to stop it. And in my burners, it just takes about 5 minutes. So once that's ready, let it cool down for 3-4 minutes and just whisk it into the egg yolks to form that custard. Pour the custard into the molds. Place those molds in a roasting tray, and we're going to form a bain-marie by adding some cold water into the tray, sort of halfway the height of volume that you've put into the molds. And it's important the water is cold and that the oven it's cold as well, so that it cooks slowly, a little bit more gently. It'll take a little bit more time, but you will be saving the energy. 160 degrees for 45 minutes, and the texture it will be achieved, it's so velvety, so indulgent, and that's what we're after. If you would have put hot water or a hot oven, bubbles of air will be inside your tocinillo, which will be unpleasant. Place the molds in the fridge for them to cool down, and all it's left to do is to run a paring knife through the sides of the mold If it's a bit sticky, you can pour a little bit of hot water on the bottom of the mold, and that will make the caramel melt and will make it easier for us to put it upside down and for the tocinillo to come out. Let's give this a try. That is so delicious, so decadent, so indulgent. It certainly tastes like heaven, like the name suggested. I hope you give this a try because it's a very special dessert. Certainly one of the top 6 in Spain, I would say. So there you go. I hope you enjoy the recipe. I hope you give it a try. Please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel, and if you're looking for the written recipe or some Spanish ingredients, you can find it on my website, thespanishchef.com. Hasta la vista, familia. If you enjoyed the video, please like it, share it, and subscribe.